Somewhere out there, right now, is the exact middle of everything. The one point all of this exploded from, the one coordinate, if you could reach it, that would let you stand at the true origin of existence itself and look outward at all of creation unfolding around you in every direction at once. Find it, and you've found the center of the universe, the single most important location that has ever existed or will ever exist in the entire history of everything. Except you can't, because it isn't there. There is no middle. There never was. For most of human history, we assumed we were the center, Earth at the middle of the cosmos, the sun and stars revolving around us in perfect obedient circles. Copernicus quietly shattered that comfortable assumption. The sun took the throne instead. Then astronomers looked further and realized the sun was just one light among 400 billion in a single galaxy, and that galaxy was just one among 2 trillion others. Every single time we zoomed out further, humanity got smaller still. So naturally, we assumed there had to be a center somewhere else, a cosmic bullseye, the place the Big Bang detonated from, with everything else flying outward like shrapnel. That image feels obvious, it feels right, and it is completely wrong. Here's the analogy cosmologists actually use. Imagine the universe not as an explosion happening inside space, but as the surface of a balloon being inflated. Paint galaxies as dots on that rubber skin. As the balloon expands, every dot moves away from every other dot. Now ask yourself, which dot is at the center of the balloon's surface? None of them. There isn't one, ever. The surface itself has no middle point, even though the whole thing is clearly growing. That's the trap in the question. We're asking a three-dimensional question about a structure that doesn't have a privileged center in the dimensions we're looking at. The Big Bang wasn't an explosion at a point in space. It was the expansion of space itself, everywhere, all at once. Every location in the universe was the center at that moment, which is another way of saying no location was. Observers on any galaxy, anywhere in the universe, would see the exact same thing we see. Every other galaxy rushing away from them, redshifted, retreating in every direction. Not because they're special, because that's what expanding space looks like from inside it, regardless of where inside is. Run the math from Earth, or from a hypothetical planet 3 billion light-years away, and the equations don't care. They give the same answer. Uniform expansion, no center, no edge, no favored seat in the audience. And here's where this stops being astronomy and starts being personal. So let's actually sit with it for a second instead of rushing past it like every other fact in this video. If there is no center to the universe, no fixed point everything else quietly revolves around, then is there really a center to your life? Is there a version of you, a moment, a title, a relationship that everything else is supposed to orbit? Have you spent years bracing your whole identity around a middle you assumed had to exist somewhere? A point that, cosmically speaking, was never there to begin with, and maybe never needed to be. What if the thing you've been orbiting your whole life was never the center of anything at all? Now here comes the twist that quietly unsettles even the cosmologists themselves. The observable universe, the roughly 93 billion light-year bubble we can actually see, does have a center. And it's you. Wherever you're standing, light has had exactly the same amount of time to reach your eyes in every direction since the universe became transparent, 380,000 years after the Big Bang. So your observable bubble is centered on you, and my observable bubble is centered on me, and an alien's bubble is centered on them. Everyone alive, everywhere, is the exact center of their own observable slice, and none of us is the center of the actual universe, which very likely extends far beyond what any of us will ever see. Possibly infinitely. Some models suggest the universe could be infinite in extent, not just unimaginably large, actually infinite. And an infinite thing, by definition, cannot have a center, an edge, or an outside. There's nothing for it to be centered relative to. So here's the thought to carry with you after this ends. We spent centuries demoting ourselves, from the center of the cosmos to a random planet, to a random star, to a random galaxy among trillions. But maybe the real discovery isn't that we're insignificant. It's that significance was never something the universe was handing out from a throne room at its center. There is no throne room, and there never was one. There's no middle to be close to or far from, and no one standing closer to it than you are right now. Everywhere is the middle, always, which means in the strangest possible way, nowhere isn't.